Hello my dear students, welcome back to your favorite channel NEET World. This is Vasavi Ma'am, your biology educator. Yes, so students, if you quickly recall, we have done with the binomial nomenclature from the chapter Diversity in the Living Organisms of your class 9 CBSE biology. So now quickly answer me, what is binomial nomenclature? Yes students, answer me quickly, what is binomial nomenclature? So binomial nomenclature is nothing but providing a standardized scientific name to the identified organism, okay, that is only called as binomial nomenclature. So generally the term nomenclature is nothing but providing a name, okay, or else naming the organism, naming the identified organism is called as nomenclature, whereas binomial nomenclature contains the name with the two components, okay. In that two components, genus and species is going to be included, and the genus is going to start from the capital letter and species is going to be start from the small letter, and both the letters, both genus and species are underlined separately when they are handwritten, and these are printed in italics, okay. So these binomial nomenclature is going to contain all these set of rules, okay. All these set of rules are given by the ICBN. If you are giving a scientific or standardized name to the identified plant, then the set of rules will be provided by the ICBN, International Code for the Botanical Nomenclature, and ICZN is going to code the set of rules for the standardized, for naming the standardized, okay, giving the standardized name to the animals. International Code for the Zoological Nomenclature, ICBN and ICZN, these two are very most important terms, okay, very most important abbreviations to be remembered, my dear students. You are going to learn about it in the higher grades also, again you are going to learn in the 11th standard also. So this is all about the binomial nomenclature and its set of important rules that you all need to be remembered it mandatorily, my dear students. Yes, so now we are going to move towards the another, okay, important chapter. From here the lesson is going to be started, okay, and from here you need to remember each and everything, my dear students. All the topics are interconnected from the 9th to 11th standard. So these topics, okay, focus on these basics now, okay, be and start your strong preparation in the foundation itself, and just look into the diagrams or else look into the images whatever I am presenting over here. Pay your attention and stay tuned until the session gets end. Yes. So now we are going to start the 5 kingdom system of classification. So now look into these 5 kingdom system of classification, what actually it includes. Okay, from here you need to understand all the characteristics of the organisms. You need to understand the characteristics of plant kingdom classification, and you need to understand all the important characteristic features of the animal kingdom classification also, my dear students. So the topic seems to be somewhat lengthiest, okay, even though you need to understand, okay, you need to think logically and you need to observe its features, okay, everything, and you need to analyze each and every characteristic feature. By that it becomes easy to all of you. Instead of reading all the NCERT line by line, you try to understand by looking into the pictures, my dear students. Yes. So now 5 kingdom system of classification, okay, R.H. Whitaker has given the 5 kingdom system of classification. Make a star mark for the students, so it is going to form a question in 1 marker type. Yes, yes, R.H. Whitaker, okay, he is a taxonomist and he has given the 5 kingdom system of classification, which is going to include different types, okay, different types. Those are Kingdom Monera, Protista, Plantae, okay, Fungi and Animalia. Okay, these are the 5 kingdoms which are given by the R.H. Whitaker scientist, okay. He is a taxonomist and he has given the all 5 kingdoms, that is nothing but Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So now we are going to start with the first and very easiest kingdom, that is Kingdom Monera. Yes students. So stay tuned and listen here. Yes, classification was based on the following characters, okay. These are the main modes where R.H. Whitaker has classified all the kingdoms based on these special characteristic features only. So see here, he has classified them based on the prokaryotic versus eukaryotic nature. Okay. So, what is prokaryotic and what is eukaryotic cell? So, students, already 9th standard students, already I have done complete session. Okay, I have done a complete live session on what is the ultrastructure of the prokaryotic cell. Okay. So, it is one of the most important topic in your NCERT textbook. Only the diagram has been given, but there is no extra information regarding that particular prokaryotic cell. So, please you can click on the link in the YouTube channel called as NEET World. But even I am going to give you a short introduction about the prokaryotic cell. Yes. So, the prokaryotic cell structure, okay, the prokaryotic ultrastructure of the prokaryotic cell is not going to contain a true nucleus. Okay. What does the true nucleus is going to contain, students? True nucleus is going to possess, okay, it is going to possess nuclear envelope, okay, nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm and chromatin material. So, these are the main characteristic features of the true nucleus. True nucleus is surrounded by the envelope, that is called as nuclear envelope, which is going to contain the nucleoplasm along with the chromatin material. These all characteristics we can see only in the eukaryotic cell structure. Okay. In the eukaryotic cells we can see a well defined nucleus, okay, but the undefined nucleus is going to be present only in the prokaryotic cell structure. Okay. Once again, see here, if suppose if it is a cell and inside the cell, yes, so here is a genetic material which is going to be float freely inside the cytoplasm, okay, and this genetic material is not going to be surrounded by any nuclear envelope or the nuclear membrane. So, that is why that is called as the prokaryotic cell structure, where it is not going to contain a well defined true nucleus. Okay. So, this all membrane, this nuclear envelope is going to be absent, whereas the true nucleus is present only in the eukaryotic cells. So, this is about the just information what is true nucleus and in which it is going to be present. Okay. For the clear and crystal clear information, you can again watch to the previous live session video, that is ultrastructure of the prokaryotic cell. So, now understood what is prokaryotic versus eukaryotic. So, this is one of the main criteria for the classification. So, he has divided based on the nature of whether the given organism is going to belong for the prokaryotic cell or the eukaryotic cell. And next, coming towards the unicellular or multicellular. Yes. So, whether the identified organism, whether it is going to contain a single cell or many number of cells, okay, whether that particular organism is going to become, it is going to be included in unicellular or multicellular. So, that is one of the main criteria. And one more interesting criteria is nothing but the modes of nutrition. Okay. So, he has also divided based on the modes of nutrition. Yes. Just now whatever all the 5 kingdoms we have seen, that is nothing but kingdom Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi and Animalia. All these kingdoms are divided based on these main 3 characteristic features only, my dear students. Whether that Monera is prokaryotic or eukaryotic, and whether the kingdom Animalia is unicellular or multicellular, and whether the kingdom Plantae is divided based on the modes of nutrition. Okay. So, these are the main characteristic features that R.H. Whittaker has included to divide all these organisms, okay, to divide all these kingdoms. Okay. So, have you, yes, are you clear with these particular classifications, students? Yes. So, this is a mode, okay, this is a method for the classification. So, now we are going to start the first kingdom, okay, that is nothing but the Monera. Yes. So, this is one of the easiest kingdom, I can say. So, easily you all can remember this, students. Yes, again you are going to study about it in the higher standards also. So, now be thorough with this particular topic and be strong in your foundation preparation, student. Yes. So, kingdom Monera. Okay, now we are going to see the general characteristics. Yes. So, from here the actual lesson is going to be started. So, here you need to remember all the main characteristic features of that particular kingdom. Yes. So, now if we see the characteristics of the kingdom Monera. Okay. So, what it is going to include, see, these are simple. Okay. Simple in the sense the organisms which are included in the Kingdom Monera, they are not going to contain any complexity in nature, okay. Their body is organized very simple without any organs, okay, without any organs or any body parts, but they are just arranged in a simple manner without any complexity in nature of the arrangement, okay. So, unicellular, what does the term unicellular indicates? It means it is going to contain only a single cell, right, and these are microscopic, okay, microscopic in the sense these are invisible to our naked eyes and we can view only these microorganisms under the microscope only, and these are invisible to our naked eyes, that is the reason we are calling them as the microscopic, and these are prokaryotic. Just now I have given a crystal clear information what is prokaryotic, okay, which is not going to contain all the membrane bound organelles are absent, okay, and here undefined nucleus is going to be present, that is called as nucleoid. Remember this term you are going to get for the MCQs, okay. So, nucleoid is the undefined genetic material which is going to be present in the prokaryotic cells, yes. So, clear with the first most important points, characteristic features. So, now look into the cell wall, okay. Cell wall may be present or absent, okay. There are some organisms in the Kingdom Monera where the cell wall is either present or absent, okay. Later we are going to see in which actually the cell wall is present and which organisms the cell wall is absent. So, now first look here, bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, okay. Already these all are the basic, students, you have already covered in the first session itself, that is in the cell, the fundamental unit of life, you have learned briefly and in depth. So, now I just want you to answer quickly in the comment section what is the cell wall, okay. The cell wall of the plants and the cell wall of the fungus, okay, what actually they are made up of, quickly answer me in the comment section. Yes, now we are going to see the bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, okay, whereas the plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, whereas the cell wall of the fungi is made up of the chitin, okay. These three are the top most important points you all need to be remembered to crack any national level examinations like EAP set, okay, and NEET or else NTSC Olympiads, okay. So, these are the most frequently asked questions, yes. So, bacterial cell wall is made up of the peptidoglycan, okay, and it lacks in nucleus and membrane bound organelles, okay. As we are calling the Kingdom Monera organisms are prokaryotic, hence they are not going to possess any membrane bound organelles, okay. They are not going to possess any single or double membrane bound cell organelles, okay. So, all the cell organelles like mitochondria, nucleus, okay, chloroplast, these all are going to be absent, okay. These actually the body of the organism is simple, okay, it is not going to contain any complexity in nature, yes. So, now coming towards the nutrition, okay. So, generally okay, when it comes to the nutrition, few are autotrophs, okay. For the autotrophs, the example is BGA. What is BGA? Blue green algae, it is also called as cyanobacteria, okay. This is also one of the most important point you all need to remember, yes. So, some are autotrophs and some are heterotrophs, but under the autotrophs blue green algae is included, students, yes. When it comes to the heterotrophs, many organisms, okay, many microorganisms which are included under the Kingdom Monera, those are parasitic and symbiotic and saprophytic. So, now say me what is parasitic, what does the term parasitic indicates, okay. So, in the parasitic type of nutrition, okay, the host, yes, so the host is going to give a shelter, okay, whereas the parasite, it is going to obtain a nutrition from the host. Host is the one which is going to provide a shelter and the parasite is the one which is going to obtain the nutrition from the host, and they may be either symbiotic in relationships, okay. For this the best examples is lichens, okay, they are going to form the symbiotic association and symbiotic relationship in between the algae and fungi. It is going to obtain the nourishment from both of them. And when it comes to the saprophytic, these are the organisms which are going to feed on the dead and decaying matter, okay. So, these are the main characteristic features of the Kingdom Monera, okay. So, now quickly you need to remember that, so Kingdom Monera, okay, these are going to be the organisms are microscopic generally, and these are mainly prokaryotic. Prokaryotic in the sense all the double membrane bound cell organelles will be absent, and next these are prokaryotic in nature. And then next, when it comes to the nutrition, only blue green algae is going to show the autotrophic mode of nutrition, whereas all the remaining organisms like bacteria and next mycoplasma and next cyanobacteria, okay, not cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria will show the autotrophic mode of nutrition, but when it comes to mycoplasma and ultrastructure of the bacteria, that is going to show the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Yes, so now can you see the image here? Okay, so these are called as PPLOs. Okay, PPLO is nothing but pleuropneumonia like organisms. Okay, this abbreviation, this is also very most important, because these are the very finest and very smallest microorganisms which is going to lack the cell wall around them. Okay, can you see the most important point here, students? Cell wall may be present or absent. If the cell wall is present in the Kingdom Monera, that may be only for the bacteria. Okay, bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, but when it comes to the cell wall is absent. Okay, when the cell wall is going to be absent, that will be definitely the mycoplasma. Okay, mycoplasma is going to lack the cell wall, and these are very smallest microorganisms. These are also called as PPLO, pleuropneumonia like organisms, and you are also going to learn more about these mycoplasmas in the higher studies. Okay, they are also going to cause the diseases in plants, humans and cattle also. Yes. So now clear with all the characteristics features of the Kingdom Monera? Yes. So now we will see, yes, what are the different shapes of bacteria actually. So the Kingdom Monera is going to include different types of bacteria like Actinomycetes, okay, Actinomycetes, Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, these all are the different types of examples of the Kingdom Monera. So now this is the general information, and this is also one of the most important topic, and it is very easy to understand, my dear students. You can also take the screenshot of this particular slide. So this is all about different shapes of bacterial cells, okay. So it does not mean that the bacteria are microscopic and all the bacteria are going to be circular or very tiny in nature, but there are the bacteria, there are some bacteria which is going to show different types of shapes, okay, different shapes are going to be possessed by the bacteria, okay. So now look into this slide, yes. So the spherical bacteria, okay, the bacteria which is circular in shape, that is called as cocci, okay. So coccus or cocci is a bacteria which is going to show the spherical shape, okay. And next, when it comes to the rod shaped bacteria, the bacteria which is in a rod shape, that is called as bacillus, okay. You all need to remember these names, my dear students, okay, and you also need try to practice the pronunciation of these particular terms. And next, the spiral shaped bacteria are called as spirillum or else spirochetes, okay. Spirochetes are the bacteria which are going to show the spiral shapes. And next one, yes, Vibrio is the comma shaped bacteria. Yes, Vibrio are the comma shaped bacteria is called as Vibrio, and these are the spirochetes. And next one is spirillum, which is going to be coiled, that is called as, here the coiled bacteria are called as spirochetes, and which is going to show the spiral shape, that is called as spirilla, okay. Clear with the shapes of the bacteria? How many shapes of bacteria generally we have, students? Okay, coccus which is spherical in shape, rod shaped bacteria, that is called as bacillus, and next one is spiral shaped is called as spirillum, and the next one is the spirochetes, and next comma shaped bacteria is called as Vibrio. So these are the main different shapes of the bacteria, and these are the main general characteristic features of the Kingdom Monera. We have done with the first Kingdom Monera. In the next upcoming session, we are going to discuss about the next kingdom. Okay, what is the next kingdom, students? Protista, and the next fungi, plantae. These all we are going to continue in the next upcoming session. Stay tuned with the NEET World, and like, share and subscribe to NEET World.